Hello, Knotfest. Cori Westbrook here with Sam from Chevelle. I'm super stoked to talk to him because I've got some fun stories for you, and we're going to be talking about some fun shit with you
All
as
right,
well. So,
let's hear it.
Yeah, first, I'm going to just dive right on in. How are you surviving this heat? This is gnarly.
Well, I'm from Chicago, and it's cold there a lot, so the heat doesn't really bother me so much.
Really? Huh, interesting.
The cold
interesting.
is annoying.
Yeah. And you guys were super stoked to be going on this summer festival circuit that you guys have been going on.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
It's been really. I was going to ask, have you been having fun? What have been your favorite
Yeah.
moments so far?
Well, the festivals are great because you're seeing friends, you're seeing bands that you like, that you don't get to see very often, because I don't really go to shows anymore, just because I go to so much shows. The travel is like, when you're doing one-offs and festivals, you're not on a bus, so you're just flying in and out. It's pretty overwhelming. Do you know how much radiation you get from like 1 hour at 30,000 feet? I don't either, but it's a lot. So I feel like that's affecting me, making me a little bit tired, but I'm just going to power through it. We're good.
If nothing else, I've heard that radiation can turn you into a superhero, so I mean life goals, right?
Life goals. Yes.
All right, and I know you guys have dropped that you're working on a new album.
Sure.
And you've said in past interviews you don't like to feel, boxed into anything. You like to try new things. How do you still find inspiration and motivation to really branch out and try new things? And what are some exciting things that we might be able to expect, if you can tell me?
Well, Pete's our songwriter, so he's our lyricist and everything, and basically he just writes about what's going on around him. If he taking the garbage out that night or has a bad day driving, he's watching a documentary that really affected him, he hears a podcast, so he's writing about those kinds of things. So if you're able to internalize that kind of a thing, I think you have a lot to write about, right? It doesn't just have to be a relationship that, a shitty relationship with your dad or your significant other. I think those are some pretty powerful feelings. I get it. But it really gives you, if you are able to bring all those other things in from your everyday life, there's a lot more to write about. So as far as inspiration goes, it's not hard to find. It's everywhere. It's all around you, right?
Yeah, falls down. And it's a never-ending supply when you're constantly pulling from whatever is going on in the moment.
Well, yeah, and especially nowadays with we have so much access to what's going on around us that there's even more ideas to pull from. So, and yeah, when we're always writing, Pete's always writing. We've got 7 songs or so together-ish, and then about 45 more ideas. But he has hundreds and hundreds of ideas from years, and I think it's just you can't use all those songs because your taste changed, especially over years and years and years. So you're like, well, this was a great song 5 years ago, or I really liked it, and now I don't like it at all. So, balls.
Awesome. Yes. And so I'm just picturing, are you a It's Always Sunny fan?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just picturing
It's un-American
the writing,
not to be an Always Sunny fan.
The writing process, the Charlie with the board, and that's how I'm just picturing the writing process right now.
It's a little like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But backing things up just a little bit, you guys play a really important role in heavy music, and arguably I think one of the most important roles in heavy music, in that you inspire people to embrace this music. And this is the fun story that I was going to tell you, is because you guys actually inspired me. You are the very first band I ever saw live.
Really?
November 13th,
Nice.
2004. You guys are the very first band I ever saw live, and here I am right now, looking back at your career and now knowing that. How does it feel to know that you have inspired so many people to really embrace and dig into heavy music?
Well, you can only hope that you're putting out something positive, right? So, I mean, it's obviously positive for you. That's a great compliment. Yeah, 2004 would have been this type of thinking when that album was coming out. So that was a really positive time in my life, too.
Yeah.
That album, This Type of Thinking Could Do Us In, actually was sort of an exercise in not rhyming. And a lot of people don't know that, but I think there's only 2 spots on the whole album that have a rhyme in it. So it's unusual, but, I mean, that's a great compliment. Thanks for saying that. We really do want to inspire people, and one of the things Pete says at the end of his show is keep playing your guitar, because that's like, if we can get kids out there in their bedrooms, in their garages, and their whatever, still, like, there's always going to be those people, and they're going to find their AC/DC, and they're going to find all that stuff, and they're going to find us. And so being able to be the band that's saying to them, hey, write what is inspiring for you, write what you like to write, right? Don't play just play what you like to write. And I mean, if at the end of our career we can look back on it and know that's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you guys definitely inspired me. One of the first, harder bands that I got into, very first band I ever saw live, and then now here I am.
Yeah.
This is my job. And
and the last couple records have been the hardest ones we've written pretty much. So, North Corridor and La Gargola are probably, I think, our heaviest records, and they're probably my favorite. Although a couple songs off Neuradius are some of my favorites too.
Yeah. And so I have just one last question for you, and it's a little bit silly, but it's also an extremely important and career-defining question.
Let's do it.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, that is because you always want to go T-Rex because
Yeah, see, everybody wants to go with the
everyone
T-Rex.
wants to go T-Rex, but I like the Ankylosaurus.
The Ankylosaurus. See, I never get that
or
one.
Ankylosaur.
Yeah, you never get that
one. Because
one.
it's just really cool looking with all the armor plate and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't actually ever. So I don't think I've ever gotten that one, and I've never actually met somebody else who knew what that one was called. So seriously, dude, thank you.
I do. I have an 8-year-old, so
yeah,
I know a dinosaur for every letter of the alphabet.
Oh, well, perfect then.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having
Thank you
us.
for inspiring me to continue my journey into heavy music back when I was a kid, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time today.
Yeah, it's been great already. So the show is the best time of the day, so we're looking forward to it.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you live again.
All right, cheers.
All right. Yeah, thank you.